So this is probably not the type of video you expected me to do because this is unlike me, right? But I've started in the last few months to not slow down because I still do the work that I need to do. I still am accountable to my daily task list and I still get all my work done. Like I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning. It's 6 a.m. right now. I'm going to the gym at 9 a.m. And I have this 6 hour block of the day where I only drink coffee, I don't eat, and I'm full on productive. And I still fast for the first half of the day. And I still work and I get everything done in the morning so that the rest of my day is stress free. This is why I don't like pushing things later on in the day. I'd rather just get this 6 hour painful fucking block of work where a lot of times I don't feel like doing shit. I slept bad or I take a cold shower in the morning and I just really don't want to fucking do it. But I get it done. And then the rest of my day is so fucking beautiful. Right? What I used to do would be I'd wake up later, like at 5, 6 a.m. And really all I'd do is just work all through the day. I'm productive. I'd eat meals between work. So that 6 hour block where I get all of my work for the day done. Except I got a podcast at 7 p.m. today. But apart from that, I'd get all my work done in the morning and then the rest of my day is free. And I'd used to try to fill in the gaps with more extra shallow work, and like replying to DM requests, like fucking changing my profile picture, like fucking doing this stupid shit, or doing meaningless Instagram reels where I just think of something to post. And I do work when I don't feel like it, and I do extra work, right? I do the important, necessary work when I don't feel like it, and that's good. But the extra work you should only do if you feel like it. Okay? Because you can imagine even the high level entrepreneurs like the Andrew Tate, the Hamzas, whatever, they still have unproductive hours in their days. They still go to the gym and they talk to the people there, they hang around, they hang out with their friends, they go for coffee, they chat. Bro, sometimes you can just go in the garden and play with your dog for an hour. I do that because it's summertime and I like playing with my dog and I just take her on walks or whatever. And it's unproductive. Also, productive is subjective to the goal that you have to. If your goal is just to make money and be a Jew, then sure. Yeah, that absolutely, it's unproductive to go in the garden, talk with your mom, and have a coffee or just chat with your parents. But if your goal is also to build a good relationship with your family, with your parents, and you realize that they're going to die one day, they're not going to be here forever, but the opportunity to make money is still going to be there somehow in a different business model, but it's still there. This doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice one of the or the other. This just means that you have to find the time and you have to make the time. So instead of waking up at 7 a.m. and working slower all through the day, because it's true that you work slower when the sun is out. Wake up at 3 a.m., get your work done by 10 a.m., and you can actually find the time to go on a date with a girl. You can actually find the time to take your dog on a walk, to speak with your parents, to do all these things, right? Read books, all that. People say that they don't have time for that. Well, you could find time for that if you worked at the productive hours of the day, which is very early in the morning where it's still dark outside and nobody's awake. That's the time where it's like you do your work at 2x speed. It really is, because there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do than work at that time. And when you're trying to fill in the gaps with extra work when you don't feel like it, it's like this scope productiveness when, as I mentioned, the meaningless Instagram reels where I don't even try hard, but I just want to post something because I don't have anything else to do right now. That cope work is low quality and your people can tell. And you're actually doing more damage than good a lot of the times. If the task list that gets done, do the things you like. Okay? Don't get me wrong. Don't ever sacrifice the task list. Okay? First thing that gets done, all right, throughout your day, make sure that you always complete the tasks, and by the end of the day, you have everything complete or as much as you can. Make sure you're accountable. and you're a responsible young man. But always have the priority as the task list, but also do the less important tasks after. Or like not tasks, but just things you want to do, like speak with your parents, like hang out with a friend. Bro, if your friend from high school is a fucking loser, wants to hang out, and you know that there's no productiveness in talking to him, but he was a fun guy and you're not doing bad habits with him, and it would just be fun. If you got your work done, why the fuck not? This would be actually more productive to your life than doing some extra shallow work, than double texting your client, just seeing how he's doing. When you know you got a coaching call at 10 p.m., why are you stressing about it now at 1 p.m.? Right? It's like, it's just so stupid. It really is, bro. So do the things you like, but also don't do the bad habits. When you're not busy, you tend to do bad habits, right? If you just make it as your default action to do these good things that are not really productive, but are not destructive, diminishing either, you just live life so much better. Okay? And you have to find out what those things are for you, to be honest. I'm gonna be fully honest with you, bro. It's different for each and every single one of us. If you feel like working, work. Absolutely. I'm never going to tell you to not work if you actually want to work. If your life is in emergency mode, work 24/7. This doesn't apply to you, this whole video. If like your girlfriend is pregnant and you have 9 months to figure something out, don't listen to this video. Forget about everything. Work 24/7. But if you're just a young man and you just are broke, but are still working on your goals and you're still doing the necessary action and you can still see the progress, you might want to enjoy your life a little bit more as well, right? Because I've talked to probably like 20 millionaires on my podcast already. I have like close to 50 episodes, but 20 of them were 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs. I didn't have a single 9-figure entrepreneur there yet, but I will one day. And I'll have billionaires on my podcast too in the future, guys. Don't worry about that. But when I talk to these, even 6-figure entrepreneurs, even from them, a lot of times they're young and they can learn a lot from them. It seems like they usually regret living life as a robot when they were broke. And they said that they maybe it would have even made closer and faster progress if they took the time of their day to enjoy their life a little bit more. Like the things that you want to do when you're rich, you realize that a lot of times you can do even now, like when you're fucking broke. Okay, maybe driving the Lambo you can't, maybe going on a yacht you can, but these are just like the shallow things that we will do eventually. But you like you say you want to spend more time with your kid if you have a kid. You say you want to spend more time in the nature or whatever. You can do that right now, You say like there's so much stuff that guys cope with as well, me as well. Okay, that I'm not here to pretend that I'm better than you at all, bro. Like this is 100% me. Again, if your life is in emergency mode, forget this video. But when you're truly uncomfortable, work becomes a hobby. This is the thing that I realized when I was really fucking. I've never had like real 9 to 5 job, but for example, in high school, right, we had I went to mechanic school, so we had 1 week of school, like in the class, and a second week of basically slavery work. We were working, but for no pay, right? And we were working 8-hour shifts, basically, right? And we weren't getting a single dime for it, okay? We were still working 8-hour shifts. That was fucking miserable, bro. I was skipping school or like work, basically. I was skipping it sometimes. I was just like, that was when I was 15, before I dropped out when I was 16. And I realized that I need to figure something out so that I can get the fuck out of school. I can just drop out. And I did. And it took me a year. Actually, nah, it took me longer than that. I was almost 17 when actually, no, I was 16. I was 16 and a half, probably, something like that. And it took me some time. It wasn't as quick as I wanted it to be. But I also realized that Okay, in that time, I was still taking time on my day to see girls for dates, etc. Would have made quicker progress if I only worked 24/7? Probably not, bro. Because the passion that I would have for the work, it would be like in school they force you to learn math. When you start hating math, a kid that could have been amazing at math now hates it because school pushed it onto him. If you push this work and you overwork yourself so much and you force yourself to do the extra work when you don't really have to and you don't even feel like it, you start working without this passion. This is why people give up. I hate the word burnout, but you could use that word in this case. But this is why people just start hating work. They start hating entrepreneurship. They start hating their business model. And this is why they flip flop from business model to business model. So make sure you take time out of your day to do the things that you actually enjoy so that you have more vigor to life. You enjoy. Bro, semen retention is so stupid, bro. Fuck girls, bro. It's okay, like, unless it's for religious reasons. And stay safe, bro. Always wear rubber. But, you know, it's like, it's okay to have to spend some time with girls. Now, obviously, guys take it. I don't like saying this because guys take it too far and they completely forget about everything and they spend too much time with a girl, right? They will not get tasks done on their task list because they want to spend some extra time with a girl. That's completely stupid. Don't do that. But have some balance. You know, the work-life balance, the way the fucking liberal agenda and all these guys, the fucking LGBT, they portrayed in a way that's just so fucking gay. But the work-life balance, man, it's just like you live like a fucking human. The whole reason why you wanted to make money in the first place is to live a good life. It's to have freedom. So make sure that you don't get obsessed over work. You get obsessed over your life and you do the work that you want to and you find a way to monetize that. So may God bless you. I truly hope that this was valuable to the person who needed to see this, because I'm sure there are gonna be a lot of guys that are gonna see this video and they don't need that right now, or they don't feel like they need that. And if you made it this far, I'm pretty sure you took some value out of it, right? I find the work that you like to do as well. Don't do a business model that you're not passionate about. Like for me, the podcast, bro, I love doing it. I love speaking to new people, fitness influencers, entrepreneurs, all of these different people from different fields. Like I've had Kevin Gates bodyguard on my podcast. Like how crazy is that? I just love speaking to people and I love speaking to interesting people. And I'm so glad that I don't have to work a 9 to 5 or go to school. And that this is basically the thing that I do full time. Find something that you enjoy, bro. Okay? May God bless you. And yeah, man. Catch y'all on the next one.